Okay, so usually when we have big groups of kids come in like this, it's kind of, awkward, nerve-wracking. You're like sitting, you don't really know what to do with all the energy in your body. So I'm actually gonna have you guys play a game as our beginning. Does that sound good to all of you? Yeah? Sorry? All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you all pair up in groups of 2, okay? So stand up, try and do it with someone from the opposite school of you, okay? So Mountain View kids, go with Burncoat kids.
Grant needs a partner too. Grant needs a partner too.
Guys, if you kill Grant, he can't be here the rest of the time. You are going to play rock, paper, scissors. Best 2 out of 3 is going to be the person who wins. Then if you lose, you are now that person's biggest fan. You're screaming, you're yelling, you're getting excited for this person. That is your Grant Williams, okay? And we're gonna go on like that until we have 2 final people who go up against each other and have huge crowds behind them, right? And you're probably wondering, well, why would I care about rock, paper, scissors? Well, there is something on the line. Whoever wins rock, paper, scissors, and whoever that person decides was their biggest fan, gets Celtics tickets. I know.
Okay, so can I get the 4th winner to come up, please?
Okay.
All right.
We are in the quarterfinals, everyone. I'm feeling stressed.
Remember who you're cheering for. So winner, us, and cheer for her. I need everybody behind her. Who's her?
Hey, wait, hold on. Wait, one sec. Sometimes you gotta see the trophy in order to really perform. So we're gonna see the trophy, okay? And the winner and the best fan from the winner's team is gonna win that.
So we got 4 winners left. We have a 1v1 and 1v1. Then we'll do the championship, okay? So let's go, you two and you two. Ready? What's your name? Jay Lease. All right. So what we're going to do is everyone who lost and behind Jay Lease is on that side. All right, everybody behind on this side. Okay. Best 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5?
Let's do 3 out of 5.
All right. Ready, set, shoot. Come on, Jay.
Who was your best fan?
Jaylee's got to choose.
Who was your biggest fan? So hard, don't you worry.
All right, Jaylee's and Ruth are going to see the Celtics. All right, guys.
I would pose a question then. How do you act upon leadership? What do you define that as?
Like if you
like are naturally a leader, but like if you're too scared to like actually defend something that you believe in, then nothing happens to that leadership.
All right, so the way we can do it is that we're going to do the same type of statement and question, and when they read it off, we'll walk to where we believe, okay? And then as you walk to where you stand or wherever you want to go, you can write down how you feel, what you think, and then we'll discuss after. How does that work, guys?
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to read it, you're going to walk, you're going to write, and then we'll discuss, all right? The second statement is, there's such a thing as acting white and acting black. I'll repeat it one more time. There's such a thing as acting white and acting black. So same places, agree, disagree, and unsure. The question is, there's such a thing as acting white and acting black. I'll give you like a minute to write.
Stereotypes just say, well, this person has to act like this because this is who they are, and that's not how that works. I think there is almost nobody that 100% fits every stereotype.
Right. Putting someone in a box, putting someone in a stereotype makes them a certain type of person when we're all really nuanced and diverse kinds of people.
Talking about stereotyping is when you see a person and you judge them and say, oh, they're acting that way, you're changing something that it isn't, because someone can be from two different places and raised in a certain ethnicity. For example, somebody can be white, their mother can be Hispanic, and they could be raised in a Hispanic household.
Yeah.
Stereotypes are only a thing because of trends or like religions or beliefs. So, for example, actually, let me know.
I was going to say maybe some stereotypes could not be the best because someone could act completely different than their style with what they like. They could be a completely different person and other people don't see them in that aspect rather than getting to know them based off just their looks.
I would say this too. A lot of times, just from the question itself, there's a such thing as acting white and black. Society makes it so that we believe that. So for example, if a guy like myself talks proper, talks in a different tone and dialect, they'll say I'm trying to act white or speaking in a white tone. But instead, it's just a matter of my verbiage, how you speak, and just how you talk. Just because I don't talk different ways, maybe how I was raised in different cultures. So it's something that you always have to remember, that there's no right answer always. Like there's not a single, like it's not black and white. There's gonna be a lot of gray area in the life that we live. So understanding and empathizing is better than anything else, because sympathizing doesn't do much for anyone versus empathizing and understanding, okay, I don't know much about your culture. I don't know much about your religion. I don't know much about your race. I don't know much about where you grew up or how you were raised. That's something that we need to learn from one another rather than to think about one and be like, oh, I don't believe that because it's not how I was raised. That's what we do in a lot of society. So for us, it's just a matter of embracing one another and understanding not only where our differences are, but also where our similarities are. So at y'all at the age now where everyone's trying to figure out who they want to be when they grow up. No one really knows what they enjoy. They may think they know like sports or music or this, that, or whatever. For me, when I was in middle school, I was in an art school. I played basketball, but it was something I did on the side for fun. And then next thing you know, it took me to my high school, and I realized I do enjoy basketball, I enjoy arts, I enjoy math and science, and I connected with many different groups because of that. You don't have to be perfect. Your best friend doesn't have to be, you agree on every single little thing, but there's a way of approaching one another and learning one another without judging. And that's the difference between acting white and black.
I never knew if I was going to be a professional athlete. I was a kid that was good at school. I was told I liked basketball, but I didn't know if I was going to play. I always had self-confidence issues. And then I realized that when I was switching up to the next year in college, I thought I'm going to play in college. And then I played in college, and I thought, oh, maybe I can play in the league. And that's not how the life went for me. So when I get here, I always remember those beginnings. I always remember
got started, and also remember what it's like to be sitting here with you guys talking about stuff like this. Because as a professional athlete, you're seen as this spectacle, this celebrity. But for me, it's always been just be who you are, the normal person that you've always been. Because everyone here is unique in their own right, and that's why I'm excited to spend time to know each of you, because you guys can easily view me from what you see on Twitter, from ESPN, anything else. But when you actually have time to spend with somebody, that's when you truly learn about someone's personality and who they are.
Great question, good answer. So what's up, head coach Joe Mazzulla? What's up, coach? Got some good stuff going on over here. These kids are doing amazing things. All right, great answer from Grant. Let's get a couple more questions. Who's got it going? This meeting, this particular program. So what you all should know is that any time in the last, since 2019, that I've asked Grant to do anything to make the world a better place, I can't even get it out of my mouth before he says yes. So this is the tip of the iceberg. What's it like to do this? We talked a little bit about this, I'm going to expand it. What's it like to be in a position to make such an impact?
I've always said we're put in this position for a reason, right? We're given these virtues of life because you never know, you can change someone's entire life just by one conversation, one part of your day. Just by being there for somebody and being a table. I grew up when I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I remember going to Charlotte Bobcats camps. And the difference between Kimball Walker and Joe Henderson and every other player was whenever I asked them a question when I was available, they responded, they were honest with me, they were always there. And I ended up playing with them here. It was just like that in person when we actually played with them as a team. And that's what's inspired me throughout my entire career is that I remember when I was y'all's age. I used to come to events and I would be hoping to be the next best player or the guy that was the best player on the team. And we realized that just being here, being present could change someone's entire day, their entire week, even their entire life, just by how dedicated they could be. I always say giving back is so vital, not only from when you're older in my position, but even when you're younger. Because you guys have maybe siblings, younger, older, that you follow or lead. And to think that you can lead them in a positive way is something that you always have to keep in mind. And that's something I've always done is whenever I try to come to events to speak, whenever I come to events just to hang out and just be a part, just to be a normal, average, cool human being, it's something that I've always viewed as this little conversation that we have could end up helping you and the next few years helping 10,000 other people. And all started from that one moment. So that's the reason why I've always been big on community work and always spending time not only with the next generation, but giving back because we have all these virtues and blessings and that's okay for it, right?
And what he won't say, but absolutely is true, is that you all make much of an impact on us as maybe he makes on me, right? So that's critically important to understand the impact you can make on others. We're going to do one more question. I didn't go to this group yet. All right, we'll do two more questions. I have a question for you that they're going to answer on their bus ride home, and then we're going to wrap up and do a group photo, autographs on the playbooks, and we'll launch. Educators, adults, is that okay? Timeline-wise? Okay, great. All right, two more questions as promised.
You spoke a little bit about like self-confidence. How important do you think that is, not just as an athlete, but in general?
It's super important. I was the biggest doubter of myself growing up. Still am to a degree. And it's great to be critical of yourself. It's great to understand that you're not perfect. But you also have to give yourself credit. A lot of times, the reason why we doubt ourselves is because we only see the negatives. No matter how many positives that people may say to us, no matter how many positives that we actually have. So for me, I had to learn that over time. It took years. It still takes me time because you realize that if you're not confident in yourself, then what are you going to do? What are you going to do with your life? Because no one else can be confident for you. You have to live this life every single day. You have to get out of bed every single morning. And in order to do that, you have to believe in yourself and give yourself that love that necessarily someone else can't give you. And understanding that in all our imperfections, we can still be
great. We may not be perfect. I grew up, I was a kid, I was always worried about my weight, I was always worried about my teeth before I got braces and everything else, and I was always super insecure. And then I realized that, yeah, I can have messed up teeth, quote unquote, I can be a little bit heavy, but at the end of the day, I still love myself. I love being able to wake up every day. I love being able to see color. We always forget how good we have it. Because I'm just on 2 feet walking every single day, just able to see and breathe and to hear and listen, able to spend time with people like you and just hear your stories and be able to enjoy and laugh. Those are the things that I've learned, that even if you're not confident in the moment, you have to find ways to give yourself and instill yourself and give yourself credit, because it can be hard in this world, and it's only going to get harder as you guys continue to get older. So right now you should have practice giving yourself the credit you deserve.
Incredible. You gonna bring us home? All right, here we go.
Grant, what is your starting top 5? All time.
Your all-time starting 5.
It depends. I'll put Steph at 1.
Steph Curry at the 1.
Michael Jordan at 2, LeBron at 3, Tim Duncan at 4, and then Bill's up there. Bill's my top 5. I don't know. It's crazy that center position is always most difficult one. So Bill could be there. Shaq could be there. Hakeem could be there. Like the center position, Kareem. Actually, Kareem. You gotta get Kareem. He's one of the best centers to do it. And then after that time, Bill goes back to it.
Feeling it, one? Feeling that answer? All right. Give it up for all the awesome questions, great insight. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do an activity called Kaizen on the way there, on the way home, just like you did the leadership activity on the way here. It's about a growth mindset, continuous state and mindset of growth. It's written in our waiting room above a support beam in there that you guys can't see. How did you get better today from this? You're going to answer for you. You all answer on the bus ride home for yourselves.
I got better just from listening to the conversation. Not about intervention options, but being able to just sit here and learn from you guys about how you feel about non-certain topics, but what we look like moving forward. Because as we continue to grow with one another, there's going to be new things that we're going to have to address. And being able to listen and have a conversation, that's huge. And that's something I really learned, is that sometimes you have to start the dialogue, even when it's uncomfortable. Coming in here today, no one really knew how deep we were going to get in the conversation. But to be able to have the conversation that we had, and to be able to at least sit here and feel positive completely, is something that I've always been super, super thankful for, and something that I'll continue to try and do. And starting a conversation is the first step in addressing our issues here in society.
Incredible. All right. Awesome insight. Here's how this is going to work, okay? Now, we have to make sure we respect everyone's time, including the bus drivers that are outside and people that might be picking you up from school, educators that need to get you back on time, and all those different things. So just like you've done the entire time here, we need to pay really close attention to the set of instructions. Before we do that, one more huge round of applause for Gabby and Tori. Incredible job. Oh, you have something? You have something?
This mic won't work right now. We have something for you. It's Carolyn's famous banana bread, a Project 351 hat, and a book full of pictures from the civil rights movement. Because we know how much activism means to you, how much coming out means to you, and we wanted to present that to you from Burn Hope from Project 351 for appreciation for all of you.
Well, thank you. So I'm supposed to picture together one of these folks together picture. While they're doing that, we're going to listen to the instructions, okay? All right, when I say go, we're going to gather around for a group photo. We're going to do it right here in the Lucky logo. We're going to be facing that direction. We're going to have the cameras over there. Not yet. Everyone should be Huddle up together as close together as possible on this white part, but not that white part because we need to be able to have vision to the camera, okay?